my age that he had seen, which was very valid because of the fact that, you know, I had, as you did, a very painful and traumatic childhood. You know, I was working in a business since I was 3 years old and didn't really, you know, the thing people don't understand about child actors is that, like, when you're 3 years old, you don't make career choices. So you're not really like sitting around going like, gee, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna cover the bills this year? You know, I gotta really step my game up because I gotta get that
I don't know that these headshots are really working
it's
for
just
me.
not working for my portfolio. So, you know, that kind of stuff is just not there. And so when your parents say to you, this is how we're gonna pay the bills, you gotta work. And I was like, okay. So, you know, there was a lot of isolation as a child, didn't get a lot of friends, didn't get to go out and play with other kids because I was always working. I was either at auditions or I was, you know, getting taken out of school early. I couldn't play after school. I wasn't allowed to go stay at other friends' houses. It was just a very different existence than any other kid would have lived. And I didn't choose it. I didn't choose to be famous. People have to remember that. You know, a lot of people come to LA with their dream of like, I want to be famous. That wasn't my dream. It wasn't my idea. It was what it was meant to be, I suppose, but it wasn't my idea. So that all said, because I didn't have those friends, because I didn't have that, there was that deep pain. And there was also that immediate ability to join these guys and become friends with these guys in the way that felt so natural. I know for probably Will, for myself, I think for all of us, we all had whatever amount of isolation in our lives from the outside world, for whatever reason, to make us feel that we needed that bond naturally. And I think that comes across.
You know,
Oh gosh, all right. If I don't make it, please forward this to my lawyer. Here we go. Count me off, audience. 3, 2, 1.
I didn't know how important that was to me until I went and worked on a movie after Stand By Me and was just treated like crap, just, you know, treated just like meat by everybody. And it was one of, Rob gave us so many gifts, you guys. And like, it's 40 years later and I am still finding and unwrapping them.
Yeah. Let me just say, I
really knew how to do was just to lean on and listen to him. And, you know, there was this thing, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but there are directors who talk at you, and Rob always talked with me, right? Rob was always like, helped me understand the foundational drama reasons behind doing things where a lesser director would have said, just do it this way, without talking about what it meant and why. It is another one of the reasons our performances are so honest in this film. You know, when River and I are at the tree and he's keeping watch and he's telling Gordy the story about the milk money. On that day, River was having a hard time finding where he was meant to be for the emotion of that scene. And he was getting very frustrated with himself. And it was just the two of us and Rob on the set. And I thought he was doing a great job. And River, as actors do, know, or I can go deeper. I know that I can get there more. I need another take. And he just was really struggling with it. And he turned to Rob and he said, I need some help. I don't know what to do. And Rob said, can you think of a time in your life where an adult really let you down? Where you needed an adult to be there for you, and they really let you down? And River's eyes filled with tears, and he went, uh-huh. And Rob rolled the camera, and the next take is the take that's in the movie. That Rob trusted him at then 14 years old to be able to access that. And that River could is remarkable to me. And having seen it 3 nights in a row now, it is just a beautiful, beautiful performance. It is a privilege to be his partner in that scene. To Teddy running down, we come back to Chris, and Chris goes, Chris like sort of takes a beat, and then they cut to another angle, and Chris goes, you know, but in the dream I'd never catch him. It always bothered River that they cut the flashback because he felt that it looked like a beat that he fumbled. He said that he felt like it was a beat where he had not taken the appropriate, like he made a poor acting choice.
I remember him complaining about that.
Yeah, and it really bothered him.
It just threw the timing off.
Yeah, I can tell you what that scene is about. I actually remember what that scene is
good,
about.
Tell me.
It is Teddy climbs up a tree that is behind Gordy's house. And he goes climbing to the top of the tree. He's like, I'm going to get to the top of that tree. And Chris is like, you're ridiculous. That's silly. It's 100 feet up, and the branches are nothing, and they're all going to break. And Teddy's like, I'm doing it.
Anyway.
Yep.
I
And
know
Teddy,
I can do
yep.
it.
And Teddy gets all the way up, and Chris is like, I guess I should go up there and try to help him down or whatever. And then Teddy's like goofing off, and a branch breaks or something and starts to go down.
He's being Teddy.
Yeah, because he's being
irresponsible.
And that's how it catches him. And I remember, there's a picture of you in the harness somewhere because I've seen it. They had you on wires, I remember. And then
because and that's a really fascinating thing, because I remember thinking like, how did my back get so bad? I remember doing like a bunch of like stunts early in life, because like I had a harness on in like every movie in the beginning. Like every movie I ended up needing a harness and wire work. And then I was like, but not in Stand By Me. What did I do in Stand By Me that required that? And I couldn't remember. So like, you just reminded me. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Happy to help.
This is amazing, guys.
Watching,
None of this stuff has been discussed.
watching the movie tonight.